DeAndre Hopkins with Isaiah Simmons, J.J. Watt with Will Hernandez. Boy, things are getting chippy in the Arizona Cardinals training camp. What's going on, Arizona sports fan family? Appreciate you guys for stopping by. Today I want to talk about training camp and just kind of updates as what we've been seeing so far for the Arizona Cardinals. Definitely, if you are interested, I went ahead and actually attended training camp yesterday. I made a vlog about it. If you guys are interested, I will be putting the video in the description of this video. It is my second channel, so if you want to go ahead and take a look at that, by all means, it is going to be in the description of this video. But let's continue to talk about Arizona Cardinals and, the training camp, what I've seen yesterday, as well as kind of what happened today. Now, today there was a really early training camp. It started at 8 a.m. and boy, did things get chippy. DeAndre Hopkins, it seemed to kind of had a scuffle with Isaiah Simmons. J.J. Watt ended up having a scuffle with Will Hernandez. And honestly, to me, this is actually very exciting. Like I love the physicality. I love the get off me mentality, type of stuff. I love it. I really do. Now, I know Cliff Kingsbury said he's not a fan of fights because, it takes away from the actual practice. And, I get where he comes from there, but in the grand scheme of things, one thing that I felt like this Arizona Cardinal team or organization needed was toughness. And this right here is, kind of a step in the right direction, in my personal opinion. So I really like it. I really do. Now, yesterday when I was in training camp, I saw a lot of great things. One thing to me specifically, like a player that absolutely stood out, was Eno freaking Benjamin. Now, I've been talking about him for the last 2 to 3 years now. Eno Benjamin, if he's not the number 2, running back coming into the 2022 season, I really don't know where to go from here. Now, I know Jonathan Ward also had some opportunities as well. I like what he can bring. Maybe he could be the number 3. And I know we did also get a rookie as well coming out of the draft, but I'm not sure. I feel like our running back core is actually pretty stacked, with obviously James Conner being the number 1. Now, James Conner, let me tell you, this guy was an amazing get from Steve Keim, and I really don't give him kudos very much, but that right there was a huge signing for the Arizona Cardinals, bringing James Conner, because just the intensity, just bringing the another fan favorite player, especially like James Conner in a key role like the running back role, really kind of ignited, the fan base during training camp when I was there. So really exciting stuff from James Conner just overall. But one player, like I said, that really stood out to me was Eno Benjamin. Another player was obviously Budda Baker, which is no surprise. I caught something really amazing, and it was a pickoff from, I believe it was Colt McCoy, trying to throw a ball in the end zone. Of course, who was there? Mr. Budda Baker. Let's go ahead and roll the clip. Really great to see Budda Baker get an interception. Now, I do believe also Byron Murphy did get an interception as well, closer towards the end of training camp for yesterday. So really exciting, right? Really exciting. You want to see your playmakers make some plays, especially during training camp. Now, I get it. It's training camp, right? It's a lot of, kind of practice reps, drills, all that different stuff. So I'm not going to really gloat too much about it or get too kind of on my high horse, but it's really exciting to definitely see it, especially because when training camp happens, preseason happens. When preseason happens, then obviously the regular season happens. So super excited overall. Now, me personally, I didn't really see a lot from Zaven Collins. Now, I did see him out on the field specifically, but obviously the linebacking role is what he's going to be playing at. Isaiah Simmons is going to be a player that I'm really excited to see what he's going to transform into, because Vance Joseph did say he's going to be like a, what do you call him? Like a star linebacker, which I don't know if that means he's going to use them for, kind of like that gadget player, different types of roles. Now, me specifically, I'm not a fan of this. I would love him to kind of master one specific role and kind of go from there. But, I mean, if it works out, it works out, right? Obviously, Vance Joseph gets paid these, a lot of money to do what he does. So I'm going to obviously leave it in his hands there. But me specifically, I'm not a fan of it. Obviously, if it works, then I will be a fan of it. So we'll see what happens with Isaiah Simmons. Just overall, Rondo Moore had some flashes as well. I'm really excited about Rondo Moore to see what he can do. I did see Andy Isabella as well, but it almost seemed like Andy Isabella also is kind of doesn't have a position to succeed again. Like, our wide receiving core is completely stacked again this year. So it's kind of like he has a lot of things against him. And obviously Rondo Moore is supposed to be taking the role of Christian Kirk this coming year. So We'll see, right? I'm not sure if Andy Isabella is going to make the 53-man roster. It would be cool, especially if he does special teams, but I don't know. It might be one of those times where he just might not, but we'll have to kind of wait and see how the 53-man roster shakes out for the Arizona Cardinals. But overall, gets me super excited to see what this 2022 season is going to come out for this Arizona Cardinals. Now, the sucky thing is that the training camp that ended up going to, obviously Kyler Murray ended up getting, the thing that's happening in the world right now, so he wasn't in attendance for the Arizona Cardinals where I went, and DeAndre Hopkins wasn't there as well. So it sucks being down those two players, but I mean, it is what it is. DeAndre Hopkins did show up today, which is Tuesday, when they had their first full pads practice. So definitely very excited about that. And then another update about Hollywood Brown. It still has some tightness in his hamstring, but he was doing some routes. I believe he spent a lot of time on the outside, just basically kind of working out singly, and to see how it's going to go ahead and work out for him. So fingers crossed, he's going to be coming back here pretty soon. So really excited just overall about the 2022 season. If you haven't not made a trip over to training camp yet, I highly recommend you do so. Very, very exciting. But everybody, let me know how you guys are feeling about the 2022 training camp for the Arizona Cardinals. That is all I got for this episode. Have a great rest of your day, and I'm out.